the way. I say, gotta keep the faith, gotta keep the faith in love, gotta keep the faith, yeah. Gotta keep the faith, gotta keep the faith in love, gotta keep the faith, gotta keep your faith in keep the faith, keep your faith in love, gotta keep your faith in love.
Om Shanti. Good morning. We have a very special session this morning, and as we know, the topic already faith leads to harmony. And when I when I remember, when I heard this faith and harmony, I remember a very beautiful saying by a great Persian philosopher, Al-Ghazali. He said that he who has a faith has inward peace that cannot be disturbed. So, as we know, we have a very special Baba Jules from two different parts of the world this morning. Sister Seikha from Kuwait and Brother Roy from GRC, Oxford, UK. And Sister Seikha is a wonderful and a key contributor in Baba's service in Middle East. And she comes from a very, high position in the, in an environmental engineering company. She works as a general manager and director in that company. And she has been a wonderful, Baba's jewel in the Middle East for 20 years now. And here, Brother Roy, he comes from GRC, as I told you, and he has been a wonderful, contributor in Baba's service in GRC for more than 30 years around now. So as we welcome them this morning, and we enjoy this session for sure. I just wanted to check, you all have the translation? Just Tamil and English translation, is that okay? Okay, all right. Thank you. So over to you both. Thank you.
So hello, Roy.
Good morning,
Om Shanti.
Seikha.
Om Shanti to everyone.
Good morning.
And so we just finished from an IPIP retreat. It's for the Middle East. It was like 33 personnel came. And now I feel kind of a different switch to be with the beautiful family of Baba here. So, Roy, you start the lead.
Thank you, Seikha. So, very interesting topic that we have, and something that's close to all of our hearts is harmony, to reach the stage of harmony in the Brahmin family, in the world. And of course there's a few steps on the way there. And today we'd like to speak a little bit about faith, the different types of faith, and starting off with probably the most essential is faith in the self. So how much faith do we have in ourselves? Would you like to say something about faith in yourself, Seikha?
Yeah. So, Baba always tell us that faith comes with the self, with Baba, with faith in family, and faith in the drama. And I believe that we can't even have faith in Baba if I don't have faith in myself, right? Because it's first it starts with me. And of course, I had a faith in myself in a kind of, before coming to Baba, like always wondering, there is no justice in the life, there is no peace, and what is God is doing if there is no solution. But that depth and faith in myself, like I will find the answer for sure. And of course, I started from my part of my work. We used to, in the engineering, submit like tenders, and there is always something or another. The other company, win the tender, and we don't win it, though we are very to the book, we are very right, and I always felt that there is no justice, and that pain, of no justice, no righteous, no. So I went to Mecca in that time, being with the background of Muslim. I went to the pilgrimage to challenge God and ask him, what are you doing? And I want to know the truth. And so I said, that's the last thing. But deeply I had a trust in myself and faith in myself that I would receive an answer, whether from God, from life, from wherever. But because that faith in myself, I had the faith in God, so went there and with my, we go around for 7 turns. And with that 7 turns, I was residing, let's say, the statement of, I need to know the truth, I need to know the truth. And it's a kind of request from God on the same time. And by the time I finished, it was like, I came back to Kuwait, and then within 2 months, actually, I found Baba, I found the Brahma Kumaris. And it was, of course, the aha moment, but if I didn't have faith in myself and in God and the faith in general, I wouldn't take that step and go and question and search and to find. So that's how I started with myself. But again, Brother Roy, what do you think is faith? What is it?
So, yeah, faith is, to be honest, I didn't have much faith in myself. I didn't have much self-respect before I came to Baba. And so I was lacking confidence and a bit confused in the world by things that were going on in the world. So my self-respect was at an all-time low. And I started finding changes in my life. I decided that I needed to change. I understood I had to change my life. Something wasn't right. Mm-hmm. I didn't think it was too much, too serious. I thought something little needs to change, yeah. And I'll be okay. Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
And that's after coming to Baba?
This is just before coming to Baba.
Okay.
And so I went home one night, and I had a big desire to find the truth. I wanted to know what's the truth in this drama. It was so confusing. It looked like that, a bit like yourself, a bit of injustice everywhere. Mm-hmm. And it looked to be that it was dog eat dog, survival of the fittest. And I didn't like this sort of rules. I didn't want to abide by that. So I had a deep desire to find out what the truth is, what's going on in this. in this world. And I went home one night and just sat down and decided that I need to change my life. And at that time I was working in Scotland on the oil rigs just off Aberdeen. And I just started thinking about that, and do I really want to continue with this? And I thought, no. So I thought, well, that's it. Tomorrow I've got to tell my boss I'm not going back.
Wow.
And I also, part of the culture of working on oil rigs is that...
Difficult.
Yeah, it's a difficult and dangerous job. But in the time off, it's, a time when a lot of parties and I understood that I was probably drinking too much alcohol and partying too much. So I need to stop that as well. Excuse me. So that was it. I decided, that's it, no more. And also I was in a relationship I was going to get married. And it was a bit rocky, And I thought again, quite deeply, what am I, is this going to work or not? It's a serious question I've got to ask myself. And I thought, no, it's not going to work. So I spoke to my girlfriend that night and explained, that's it, we need to finish this. So that night, that was three sort of decisions I made that changed everything. And so I had more time in my hands, didn't have a job, and I was having these thoughts about meditation. And I thought, what's this, meditation? I didn't know what meditation was. I had no idea. But I bought a newspaper on my way back and opened this newspaper, and it said meditation. This was Brahma Kumari's meditation open night in Aberdeen. Come along, have a look, see what we've got. So I went along and signed up for a meditation course, positive thinking, they told me to do.
That was which year?
1993. And so that was it. Things changed from then. And then it was a lot of changes in my life at that time, completely upside down from what it was before. And so did the meditation course after that, and then continued with Raj Yoga. And changed my life. So slowly that made a difference. That made a change. A change to my sort of outlook and my confidence changed as well.
You regained.
Yeah. And of course, getting back to your question, this thing about faith, what is it actually? So I've seen over the period, I've sort of changed my mind a little bit. Sometimes you think maybe it's a feeling, or sometimes you think, is it a belief? Is faith a belief? Or is it a power? Because there's a lot of power in faith. And so that's where I'm swaying towards just now, because feelings and beliefs can come and go, but the power of faith.
So faith can be a power and a bit of feelings.
I think so. I think you can feel. You can
feel the faith.
Your faith, yeah.
Yeah, I was contemplating on it. Is it like a kind of a feeling we have it as a faith, or is it a power I regain, or is it a belief, or is it a thought that let me have a faith in myself, or let me have a faith in this person, so that the result can be better. So is it a decision like a thought, or it's a feeling? I was just contemplating on it. I believe it's both as well. It's the power of my thought which makes me live in this power of the faith, and then the feeling changes, right?
Yeah.
So the feeling, and I recall like Daddy Janki used to tell us, for example, if we couldn't mingle with another sister or a brother, especially Brahmins, that's where we have more conflict. And she used to tell, like, when was your last time you had that conversation, or you stayed with them? And if I would say, like, 1 year ago, she says, oh, that's so long. You have to have a faith that within the time people change, the person had changed, and you have to have a faith. Otherwise, you will project that wrong understanding about them. So before we have a faith to others as well, God, I should have a faith deep inside me.
Yeah.
That's, as you said, yes, it's also power. So that takes us to another...
Well, can I ask you first about how you build faith in yourself? Practical, sort of, in a practical sense.
Yeah, so back to the stage 1, episode 1 was the faith in myself, and I went to Mecca. Mecca for me was like, they used to tell us it's the house of God, a home of God. So I said, let me go and, challenge him. And when I came back, and I had a friend, we were actually in a meeting, and she said there is a self-management leadership course by, that time was Brian Bacon.
Brian, yeah.
And I said, because I was more in the business line, and I mean, I wouldn't mingle with a group of meditators, and this, it wasn't me that time. So when she told me it's like for business people, I said, okay, I will go and check what is going on. And I found some other, of course, BKs. I didn't know what's BK, what's Brahma Kumaris, nothing. It's just that I attended a business course, and it was about breeding a company from your own company by that faith, actually, in yourself. And when you have faith, you can manage yourself internally, which leads to harmony. I mean, harmony can make me lead and know and decide very clearly with that faith. So back from that retreat, I realized, what is it? And in Muslim country, in Kuwait, there wasn't any official center at that time. So I had to go to a jiha's house and take the course. And when I started meditating, as you were stating, something like clicked within me. And when she told me this is Baba or the Supreme, is God, is Allah, I said, is he the same one I was asking in Mecca? Was he the same one who I'm connecting to? And I was a bit confused quite some time. I loved Baba and the knowledge and this package. But again, I was in my religion, with my family, with another package. So I couldn't harmonize that until I knew, like, Baba is Allah, is God. So, and with that, I had the depth of meditation, and I started asking him now a different question, not about the truth, but are you the same Allah, which I knew earlier. I went to another level. And it was that affirmation, really, from Baba. It's like I felt Baba's putting his hand on my head, and something, it was a feeling, actually, that he is the same God, the same Baba, the Supreme Soul. And from that day, I had a depth of faith in Baba, actually. Deep, deep faith in Baba. And from that time, I decided, no matter what, he's the only one. And then, of course, many other things happened after.
Yeah.
But wanted to ask you as well, Roy, how did you, when you said about your life before and the life after the meditation and knowing God, how was your faith with God, with Baba?
Yeah, it's you mentioned Daddy Janki there, and we had the great fortune of having her quite a lot at Oxford at GRC.
I just want to say that in Oxford, Daddy used to go every week there, weekend, right?
Yeah.
So you had the fortune of having her.
Yeah, for years and years. We didn't know anything else. Daddy Janki come in on a Friday night, and she'd stay until Sunday. So many jewels of knowledge we picked up from Daddy, and of course a few of them stick. And she used to speak about she would give a class many times. She would come back to this same point about who am I and who do I belong to. And so very simple way of just reminding myself, just going inside, who am I really and who do I belong to? And so that helped a lot. And I think also it's important, I noticed, coming from a small centre in Scotland, going down to Oxford, it was a big change for me to be resident with another 25 yogis.
Group,
yeah.
And you were working that time?
I'd finished working, I'd finished working. I went from oil rigs into financial services with an insurance company, and then went to Oxford for 3 months just to help out, and ended up staying there. But one of the important things was not making comparisons with other people. This is a way of finding, making comparison with other people. You see a lot of people that are talented, that have been a long time in knowledge, and this was one thing that Daddy had said was, don't compare. We're all unique, and we've all got unique qualities. So and Baba's got plenty of titles about points of self-respect that builds self-respect, and I think faith in yourself through that. But it was interesting you said about Mecca. You went to Mecca, and that's always had some sort of fascination for me, Mecca. And I was asking you the other day about it, to hear the experience. But what was your experience of God before you come to Baba?
Yeah, I had, of course, a faith in him, but not the faith I have it now. It's like a faith in a way, like I was taught that faith rather than the feeling. That's why I was asking about. It's like it was an understanding for me, the faith before. But being with Baba, I felt it. It's a feeling I have. It's like a kind of affirmation Baba's giving with that faith to the self. Because I feel Baba's, when we have a faith in Baba, it means Baba's assuring the faith in us. And today Baba said in the Murli, like, I change you from Tamo Pradhan to Sato Pradhan. You will be, now being with Baba, we are in that prosperous life. And I felt like the same when I came from Mecca. I took the knowledge, and it's that depth of faith in Baba that no matter what happened, Baba's there. And because we build many things in our mind, back in our memories, our black box, I call it, from the plane. And sometimes we, our sanskaras, we have like associated things with the drama. Whenever we see something, we react. And so the whole package is changing with Baba. And so, yeah, coming back, of course, when I came to Baba, I had a family, the husband, 3 kids, my work, my other family. And again, I finished from Baba as God. Now I came to another stage, which is how to handle all this, the juggling of the kids were in their teenage and, following Srimat of Baba. And I had a lot of upheavals with my husband for the purity, for the change in the house, like, the food, the way we live, everything changed.
Yeah.
And of course, he didn't accept it in the beginning. But that depth of faith in Baba is that Baba will not leave me alone. He was telling me like to leave the house and goodbye and find your way. Since you are, since you took this path, you manage it. And really not for a single moment I felt lonely. Because it's always that fear that you are leaving all that package. There is security with the family. I'm responsible as well for the kids. And you have a certain life and you are changing totally from here to here. But that depth of faith in Baba made me accept whatever coming with the upheaval. And I knew deeply it's like that, as if Baba's affirming it to me, something very deep, that don't worry, child, everything going to be okay. And of course, another upheaval comes, another upheaval. But again, that, of course, you should manage and do whatever you can do. But the rest of things, of course, we cannot change the family. We have no power. We have no, let's say, no right even to change them. We can influence them, but we cannot change them. But that faith and what I learned from Baba is really to have faith even in the Lokik family. Not, of course, Baba's family was taking good care of me in that time because I had a faith as well in them. And slowly my life changed. And when I see now, like, my husband became a cooperative soul now to Baba, whatever. He's not Brahmin, but he's very helpful and he respects the Brahma Kumaris a lot. But the children gave me that, let's say, that state that I can do whatever I do as long as it's not affecting them. So we had reached to understanding, but without the faith in Baba, I really wouldn't manage to do. So I felt there is a power, as you were mentioning, faith is power. That power was there in depth, which can give me that power to handle the change and the shift and the situations.
Yeah.
So thank you, Baba, for that faith. Yeah. And how was it with you?
Well, a bit different for me. I think I had blind faith, I would say. I was brought up a Christian and, excuse me, in a small village in Scotland. And at that time in the 1960s, there was only like 30, 40 houses in the village, but everybody went to church on Sunday. Everybody. Apart from one family who went to a different church, and that's all we knew. We didn't ask questions, and there was no conflict about religions. So all we knew was going to church, and so it was quite exciting as kids going to church, Bible class, Sunday school. But the questions I had about God never really got answered. And I thought, well, fair enough, it's okay. They didn't sort of resonate or answer the sort of questions that I was looking for. But when I spoke to my mother, she said, "You'll go to church until you're 16, and then you decide what you're doing."
You are free.
So that was it. But I had this. I still said my prayers every night to God, and also I had this belief that if there is a God, then I'll find Him.
True.
So I was quite ease in my mind about that. That I would find God, or God would find me, one way or another. And so, of course, that all changed, and this deep desire I had for truth, I think, helped me. But then, coming into knowledge, and it's just a completely different thing. And I didn't have any problem believing it was God, because I was having very good experiences from the meditations, from the yoga. I was practicing the yoga.
Until you took the course, of course, the Supreme Father.
Yeah, that's right. Positive thinking course first for about 8 weeks, and then 6 weeks course. And as I was saying, my life completely changed, and I just felt relief. This was just relief, like something's all over, you know. And through it all, looking back, I feel it was Baba. We know what he says he does and what he doesn't do, but I felt like he just lifted me out of, one place and put me somewhere else, like a little baby, too close to the fire.
Taking care of you.
Yeah. And the meditations and the yoga, I was learning about yoga and how to meditate. And at that time in the UK, Brahma Kumaris only had 2 tapes, meditation tape 1 and meditation tape 2. And so I'd listen to these tapes every night, and travelling beyond and connecting with the Supreme Soul. So this was all good. The knowledge wasn't a problem for me, and I was very intoxicated with the knowledge about the self, about the soul. This was just incredible. And so I was flying for a long time, and so never have I had a problem with faith in Baba. I think most people would say that as well.
So within even the 30 years, like you've been 30 years with Baba almost.
Yeah.
So wasn't any upside and down with the faith with Baba?
No, not with faith.
It was
no.
always always there.
Yeah, plenty ups and downs in the drama, and in service projects and things. But I found great solace in knowledge, and I used to be a very good student actually in the first few years. Once I started on Murli, I would read the Murli after Amra Vela every day in silence, and then write some points and churning, and just feel so good,
Yeah.
And there was just no doubts. No, the more I read the Murlis, the more I thought it couldn't be anybody else. This has got to be. It's got to be God. And so fortunate in that sense. And family, we've got faith in the family.
Yes.
This is leads on.
The family you lived with when you shifted to Oxford.
Yeah.
Baba's family.
Yeah. And I think that's the most.
Because of difference of culture, difference of beliefs and backgrounds.
Yeah.
So how you mingled to live in that place? I think you are 30 together, right?
The numbers change.
Yeah.
And it's changed again since GRC opened again. So I think maybe 25 full time, but lots of morning class, karma yogis.
Yeah. So how you mingled with how did you manage to have that harmony and by the belief in that different backgrounds of Baba's children in one place, one house?
Yeah, specifically in Oxford, that's a full-time test. There's no escape.
It's a test, yeah. You can't skip.
There's no escape.
There is a jungle. I mean, there is that forest and the green. There is no place to escape.
Yeah, you learn that one way or another, sanskars have to harmonise because there's no point in having conflict or bad vibes with somebody, because you'll find out one way or another, according to the systems, that you're going to need that person.
Yes, exactly.
So better to be humble and keep good relationships rather than having to repair them afterwards.
Conflict, yes.
But definitely it's a slow process. I think accepting everybody, but again, not comparisons, not making comparisons, and how Baba has said that every soul has a certain quality,
True. Yeah.
good quality, divine virtue, and you slowly start to see, well, for me, what people are doing rather than what their weaknesses are or defects. Because it's actually a fact of life that human beings we've got an inner need to make some contribution, to have a purpose in life. It's a human requirement.
Yeah.
And so everybody, all intentions are good intentions in service.
As long as they are there to serve, it means their deep intention was a good intention to serve Baba and the world. Yeah. So I feel like it's like we used to have a sanskara, which we are clearing it, as Baba said today also, from Tamo Pradhan to Sato Pradhan, the sanskara of seeing the defects of others rather than seeing the goodness. And all what appears to us is always the defects. And Baba tells us, like, yes, even if there is a 90 defects and 10 good acts from them, we have to concentrate on the 10. And that leads also to the faith as well. Like, if I have faith in this child or in this family, now he's a member of my family, I have to take it whether I like them or not.
Yeah.
We have same one father, which is Baba. So definitely if we concentrate on the good 10 they have, that will slowly take off the 90 defects we always project on, or we see it. And I feel like there was a lot of the cases, which takes us to the drama of our life, is that a lot of cases where we see like the same part of the member of the family, Baba's family, which are doing something wrong, and we are aware that it's wrong. But again, if we just with that depth of faith, which can bring the love, faith brings love as well, and we communicate with them and clarify the thing, with that depth of faith, things can change. And I'm sure you had faced it as well.
Yeah.
And you can see the same person is acting different now than before, just because of that harmonizing the sanskaras and by that faith in them to uplift them.
Yeah.
As like Baba, when he looks at me, I mean, the first time I came to Baba, and with the Murli, Baba says, I make you like a deity. And I saw myself like with all the sins I'm making and that low grade. How could Baba have that vision in me to see me as a deity? he must have that vision or that faith in me to uplift me up to deity stage. So why can't I have the same vision to myself and to others as well?
Yeah.
And if we keep that vision, that faith, it's a kind of a battery charging to change the situation, change the person, change the act. And that's how we are handling the drama as well.
Yeah.
So do you have many dramas in your life, or very peaceful, beautiful life? Anybody have that beautiful, peaceful life? I don't think so. So how you handle it with the faith? Faith in the drama.
Yeah. Again, it's for me, it's a difficult one, or there's been stages, of acceptance for the drama and dramas. And also realizations. We make realizations about making judgments, as you said, making judgments about other people. It's just creating a bad sanskar in myself, creating a bad attitude in myself, and causing a division between me and somebody else. And we can do that without really being aware of how dangerous and how much damage it does to somebody else. And of course, as you said, the method or the protection for me and for them is to have good wishes for somebody else, that they will change. And they do change. And I saw this as well in, as you mentioned, Baba never gives up on us, never gives up on anybody. And I saw Daddy Janki doing this as well, that she would not hear any bad things about anybody.
Sure.
And so good wishes certainly protects myself from having bad vision, from having a bad attitude. We know also, we hear about the effects of negative thoughts on our body, on the atmosphere around about us, on the aura around about us, and how this then attracts negative things into our life. And so, I use these little tactics to sort of as incentives to cope, to understand, to accept the drama. It's very easy to react to something. We're watching something, seeing something. But I remember when Yogi was here, a doctor from Delhi, and he was speaking about camera consciousness. You need to have camera consciousness.
What's that?
That's what I said. What's this? And so he said, if you look at the camera and you take a picture, so you get a photograph and you see some people, but the camera doesn't say, well, it shouldn't be red, it shouldn't be yellow, it shouldn't be green, it should be this, it should be that. It just is what it is. So there's no need for me to get my intellect involved in making judgments about what's going on or other people, what they're doing. If I'm paying attention to what other people are doing, then
projecting.
Yeah, very easy to get caught up. So lots of little tactics like that, and we hear classes from our seniors also about how we see things. So
let's say, Roy, if I ask you, for example, you are doing a task, certain task which should finish from this time to this time, with this material, with this people, and someone from Baba's family or from the drama, they are going in the opposite direction. And you have to finish the task because you have, let's say, a deadline. So So how do you have, this is the drama in front of you. You want to finish and there's some obstacles from some people. And so what do you do in this case?
Yeah, well...
How the faith you have it in accomplishing on the time.
Yeah. And so it comes back, there's this great saying about practice what you preach.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned big lessons on the 8 powers. We speak about the 8 powers. And how at the end of the day we've got whatever given circumstance or situation, we've got 2 options really. We either respond or react.
Yeah. So
if we react, and I start telling somebody, you've got to hurry up, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. This is a recipe for getting into an argument, causing bad vibrations, saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing, creating more bad situations for myself. I might say something, I've got to go back and apologize to everybody else. So responding is always the best, and it's the only option for us, and it's the only inner resource we've got. And
so how are you going to respond to that person?
So it's either going to be what do you do? Do you accommodate? Do you tolerate? Do you face? It's one of these.
Mm-hmm.
So it's choosing the right power, the appropriate power at that time for that situation.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the way you're expressing to me, it might need the power to face, that we have to stop and I have to explain. We've
but
got
you're
time
still
limit.
keeping the faith in that person, that to be part of that. You will not kick them out.
Yeah, faith in the drama.
Okay.
And
because sometimes we like to go on a shortcut to finish and goodbye, but having the faith makes you use the powers and handle it with the powers you have.
I think so. Otherwise, later on, there's some kind of... It's going to
be long and more conflict. True.
Repentance. You have to repent.
And then you are not in harmony if you have the repentance.
No, you're not in harmony then. And you've got something else to deal with.
True.
So I think that's important, because we find that if we have got unfinished business of some kind, it's going to come back. That scene will come back to us when we sit down to meditate. Anything you really dislike or anything you really like is the first thing. If we're investing in something or we've got distaste for something, then this is what comes in front of me. So again, it's an incentive to protect myself and make sure that I've got a good connection with Baba when I sit down for yoga.
So that's how you have a faith in the drama, that things can be okay and will work out well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for you say something about that? How's your...
Yeah, I face lots of drama, either work on... But I think what you were stating, like reacting or responding, again, it's between us and like me and me as well. There is first a drama in my mind, then it's the drama outside.
Yeah.
So if I'm in harmony by that faith in the drama, then I will be in. I will be in harmony, and accordingly I will react and respond. I will respond to the drama in an understanding way, and with that power or feeling of faith, which will cool down and give me that security that the drama is going to be good, no matter how severe the thing is.
Benefit.
Yeah, and there is always benefit, as Baba says. What you have now is good, and what you will have is better as well. So in the beginning when I came to Baba, it was very hard to, I had faith in myself and Baba and Baba's family, But having faith in the drama was a big challenge.
Yeah.
But learning from Baba is to have faith in the drama really helped me a lot to handle the drama in a way, like observing it as it is and having that faith that things will be good. Of course, it doesn't mean I become careless, but kind of I'm carefree from the scenes of the drama. But again, whatever I have a responsibility or act or something to do regarding that drama, I should do it. But with that total faith and harmony internally without any conflict because of the drama, and that things going to move very well in the drama as well. And I think, we have seen a lot, but I don't know, the time will help. But many dramas, Baba solved it really for me, because I had a faith in the drama. And today Baba said again in the Murli that if you have regard to me, you have to follow the Srimad and follow like Baba's instructions in a way, like whatever Baba says, if I have a faith in it, even my drama will be adjusted. So they are like, they come in one full package together. Take the package, So, I think, I guess that's our aim at the end, right? Harmony means I'm in peace, I'm in contentment inside me, because that depth of harmony, it's the harmony of the mind with the heart, with that all comes in one line. That's the harmony. And so we keep dancing with the sanskaras, with our own thoughts, with Baba and with the drama. Right? We dance with the drama as well.
Yeah.
When we have harmony.
A sense of order.
It's
harmony gives that. And of course, in the Golden Age, we won't have to think. We won't have to think about harmonizing sanskars.
And the best thing is that we don't think even, because thinking is a pain sometimes. Good. So, Rishi, that's it. We came to, I think, for closure, and now. And we see here a lot of harmony, very quiet audience, and very lovely, really, to have Baba's family. Thank you.
Any questions?
Thank you.
From the audience, if anybody wants to? No? Thank you. It was really lovely, and I really loved when there was one thing they were discussing about the faith brings love, especially when we are with the family. And that love, makes us see the good qualities of others while we are with them, and then that gives us sort of understanding that something great would come at the end, no matter what happens, and drama brings everything in a perfect sense. So really lovely, having both of you with us this morning. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Om
you,
Shanti. We'll have 2 minutes meditation now, remembrance with Baba, and then head to lunch. Thank you.
Shanti.
Where the power to fly within no longer dwells. Hungry for love, the shadow cast is dark, as the burning light inside the self has lost its spark.